Hey everyone, welcome to the Dankest Dungeon. Today we're going to be doing a rematch with these Outlaws of Thunder Junction commanders. If you didn't catch the first game, be sure to check it out here in the upper right. Let's go ahead and play. Hey, it's Jason. I'm back playing Gisa, the Hellraiser. Let's see what we can do.
Hey y'all, I'm back. I'm playing Roxanne. Hopefully we're gonna do some meteorite storm.
It's Jackson again, playing Bonny Pall, Clearcutter. Hopefully we have steered clear of any hazards and moseyed our way over to greener pastures.
Howdy guys, it's Nate, back for round 2. We're still playing Kellan the Kid. Well, Kellan's found out who he is, so now it's time to make the world forget my opponents ever existed.
Okay, round 2 everyone. Let's roll off. I got a 6.
10.
8.
7.
I'll keep this.
Sure.
I'll keep this.
Why is my first opening hand always a mountain in nature's lore or something? Why does God forsake me? This is playable.
I will draw my card for the turn. I will play a Fabled Passage, then pass turn.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Ouchie ouch. First blood. Let's play a delighted halfling. Just glad to be here, guys.
I'm going to play a swamp and pass my turn.
I'm gonna play this Arid Mesa, crack it to go find commercial district, surveil 1. We're gonna put forest in the graveyard.
End of your turn. Crack Fabled Passage. I'm gonna go get an island. Tapped. Forest, go.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Play a Sun Petal Grove as my land per turn. Enters untapped because I control the forest. Paying 3, casting Kellan the Kid. I will pass.
I'll play swamp and pass my turn.
Windswept Heath, fetch, gonna shock. 3 visits. Grabbing Highland Forest, and I will pass the turn.
Pay 3. Spring Bloom Druid. I sack a land. I'm gonna go get 2 lands. Then I will pass the turn.
Playing in a Ganjo, Seat of the Empire is my land for turn 4. Last Thoughts. I'm going to draw a card. I may exile this spell card and code it onto a creature I control. When that creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller may cast a copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost. Jackson, I'm gonna bring you in line with the rest of us. I'm gonna fly at you and smack you for 3. I'm gonna gain 3. I hit somebody, Last Thoughts trigger, so I'm gonna draw a card. Kellan trigger, because it's casting it, not from my hand. Put an Arcane Signet onto the battlefield. Main 2, tap the Arcane Signet and play a bop.
We all know who the problem is, right?
I'm going to play a swamp. Going to pay 2 for a demonic tutor. Pay 1 for a soul ring.
I wonder what he got, guys.
I will pay 1 for a hex parasite and pass my turn.
And per turn, won't be able to do this for a while. We'll just put it out there. Helm of the Host. Beginning combat on your turn. Create a token that's a copy of a equipped creature, except for it's not legendary. Pass the turn.
Forest return. Green. For an Elvish Reclaimer. +2/+2 as long as I have 3 or more lands in my graveyard. Currently not. I can pay 2 and tap, stack a land to search my library for a land, put it onto battlefield taps, then show my library. Pass the turn.
Play land for turn, being a forest. I'm gonna tap this for a blue. For a legendary spell, it cannot be countered. Play a Key to the Vault. When an equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. Let's follow in lore footsteps and give Kellan the Key to the Vault. Jackson, I'm gonna smack you again. Gain 3. Triggers. Last Thoughts. Kellan trigger. Put out a Tribute to the World Tree, resolving the Last Thoughts and drawing. And then Key to the Vault. I'm gonna look at the top 3. I'm going to exile a Railway Brawler. I can cast it without paying its mana cost. So I'm going to cast a Railway Brawler. Kellan trigger. Going to put a Flooded Strand onto the field. Tribute to the World Tree. I'm going to draw a card because its power is 3 or greater. Railway Brawler is a 5/5 with Reach and Trample. When another creature enters the battlefield under my control, put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is its power. Pass the turn.
Play a swamp return. Pay 5 for my commander. Pay 2 life to give Railway Brawler. I'll remove 0 counters from him. I will make 2 zombies. Tapped. Pass turn.
Land for turn. Cast my commander. When Roxanne enters the battlefield or attacks, create a tapped colorless artifact token named Meteorite. When Meteorite enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target, and taps adds 1 mana of any color. Whenever you tap an artifact token for mana, add 1 mana of any type that artifact could produce. ETBs, 2 damage. Let's take out Delighted Halfling.
My poor halfling.
I will pass the turn.
On your end step, I'm gonna pay for a Eureka moment. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. Then I may put a land from my hand onto the battlefield. Hidden Nursery. On tap. Island. Pay 6 for my commander, Bonny Pall.
In response.
I swear to
Oh,
God.
did you not want to commit crime on my turn?
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Brent, thank you for reminding me.
Yep.
I'm going to activate Hex Parasite on Brent's end step to make 2 more zombies.
I'm gonna crack the Flooded Strand to grab a Sparrow's headquarters. That's it.
Trauma! Check game 1 for if you're wondering what we're talking about.
When she ETBs, I make a bow, a legendary blue ox, with power and toughness equal to the number of lands I have in play. Bow is currently a 7/7, and pay a blue for a wizard class. I have no maximum hand size. Combat. Nate, hit you for 1.
I have a 5/5.
I'm still gonna swing.
Oh, he needs the trigger.
Draw a card.
I'll block it with a 5/5, my
Oh,
guy.
I'm gonna put Force back in the play. Pass the turn.
End of your turn, I'm going to activate Hex Parasite.
Mm-hmm.
Pay 2 for a Nature's Lore. Shotgun a Temple Garden. Pay 3, a Sword of Once and Future.
Seen a lot of repeat cards here, my boys.
I'm gonna pay 2. We are going to give Kellan a Sword of Once and Future. Combat. Jackson.
Stop bullying.
Okay, bunch of triggers. Cast the Last Thoughts. Kellan trigger. We're gonna cast a Reality Chip. Have Tribute go off before the Railroad Breaker. So it's gonna get 2, and then it's going to get X+1 counters where X is its power. It's gonna get 2 more. Going to have a Sword of Once and Future. I'm gonna Surveil 2. So nothing's gonna hit from Sword of Once and Future. Going to cast a Nature's Lore from my graveyard. Kellan will put an island onto the battlefield. And then Key to the Vault trigger. I'm gonna look at the top 5. Sure. I'm gonna Teferi's Protection. Kellan trigger. I'm gonna put a Greaves out. I don't exist until my next turn. I will pass.
End of your turn, I'll pay 2 life into Hex Parasite to make 2 more zombies.
Do you have anything to do with that swamp?
No, not currently.
Well, then you don't have to pay 2 life because that's how Rex mana works.
Oh, you're right. I want to play Swamp. I don't really want to attack either of you, but since Nate is phased out for some reason, I'll do half the zombies over at you, Brent. And then I'm going to pay 2 for a Raven of Fell Omens. It's a 1/2 with flying. Whenever I commit a crime, each opponent loses 1 life and I gain a life. I'm going to pay a black to activate Hex Parasite, targeting something over there. So I'll gain a life because I committed a crime and you'll each lose a life. Go ahead.
Jessica's Will, targeting you. 5 red to my pool. Exile the top 3. All lands. I do control 2 or more of their lands, so I will play that one, and these 2 could just stay in the banishment zone. And then I will use that 5 red to equip Helm of the Host. 4/5, Riona the Fire Dancer. At the beginning of combat in your turn, create X tokens of copies of another target creature you control, where X is 1 plus the number of instants and sorceries you've cast this turn. They gain haste, but exile those at the beginning of the next end step. This will make a non-legendary Roxanne, and this will actually, because I've cast Jessica's Will, will make 2 legendary Roxannes, which will ETB and make the meteorites, but they'll die right away. 3 meteorites. Hex Parasite,
So in response, I'm gonna pay 2 life to activate Hex Parasite. I committed a crime, Raven will trigger. I will gain 1, you 2 lose 1. I will make 2 more zombies. Pay 1 for Undying Evil. When Hex Parasite dies, it'll come back into play.
No. Deflecting, swat that. I'll just retarget it to Riona.
Alright, I'm going to feign death on Hex Parasite.
Okay.
Okay, I'll come back.
Finally resolve damage.
Yeah.
Reclaimer dies.
This dies.
Pass turn, somebody else deal with it.
Alright.
If you appreciate the content we're creating and you'd like to support us here at the dungeon, the #1 way to do so is to sign up over on our Patreon page. Some of the Patreon benefits include access to our full deck lists, voting privileges for polls held over on our Patreon, and shoutouts at the end of every video to let everyone know how awesome you are. If money's tight and becoming a patron isn't the best option for you right now, we totally get it. Simply liking our videos or subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, or commenting down below all help as well, and are totally free. Thank you all for watching and enjoy the game.
A 3. A Eula's Influence. I can discard a land card to make a 2/2. I'm gonna discard an island. I'm gonna make a bear. 3 more for Crucible of Worlds. Pay 3. Level up wizard class to draw 2 cards. Pass turn.
On the end of your turn, I'm going to activate Hex Parasite.
I exist again, guys. Cast a future sight. Play with the top card of my library revealed. I can play the top card of my library. I'm gonna move Greaves over to Kellan. Cast a Noble Heart. Kellan trigger. No targets. Tribute to the World Tree trigger, Railway Breaker trigger. I'll tribute first and gain 2, and then it's going to double. I'm going to go to combat. Jason, I'm going to swing a 6/6 Kellan in the air. A bunch of triggers. Last Thoughts trigger. Draw. No targets with Kellan. Sword of Once and Future trigger. Surveil 2. No instant or sorcery to cast with CMC 2 or less. Then Key to the Vault trigger. Casting a Behold the Multiverse. Kellan trigger, no target. Scry 2 and then draw 2. A1. Swords the Hex Parasite.
In response, I'll activate it. Get 2 more zombies. I will use the slow rank to remove 2 counters from there.
No, my jellyfish.
So I gain 3.
I will pass.
Hey Nate,
What's up?
I'm having a party at your place. Is that cool?
Yeah, I guess.
I have some friends there dying to meet you.
Ah.
13 your way?
Okay.
3 your way.
I will throw these 3 in front of them.
So I'll lose 2.
I guess I'll block one of them.
And then I will attempt to Meat Hook Massacre for 5.
God damn it.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You're
Cool.
at 1.
Good talk.
Okay. Now Bo has his pick of the litter.
So, how big is Bo?
4/4 at the moment.
With the Meat Hook Massacre, I'm going to tap the Birds of Paradise for blue. I'm going to pay 2. I'm going to flash in a Snapcaster Mage, targeting Swords to Plowshares. And then I'm going to Swords Bow.
Okay, my turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Worldly Tutor, head upkeep. I'm gonna put Dockside on top of my deck. 6, 7. Roxanne. Yeah, I'll just do 2 damage to your face.
Okay.
Now these tap for 2. Dockside. 10 treasures. Tap for 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 floating. Equip. Compost. The other 2 for Farseek. We'll get Cinderglade. Go to combat. Make another Roxanne. We'll do 2 damage to Jason's face. Pass the turn.
On your end step. I'm gonna discard a command begin. Mega Bear. 6. For Rampaging Bailots. 6/6 Trample. Whenever a land enters play, I make a 4/4 green beast creature token. 2, 3. Return to Coralheim. Whenever a land enters play, I may either tap or untap target creature or scry 1. With Crucible, I'm going to put a Fabled Passage into play. Trigger, and make a beast. Much artist. Scry 1. Double to the bottom. I will fetch.
Yeah.
Getting another forest. Making another beast. Then I will pass turn.
A3. For a Daxos of Meletis. Can't be blocked by creatures power 3 or greater. When he deals combat damage to a player, exile a top card of that player's library. I gain life equal to that card's mana value. Until end of turn, I may cast that card and I may spend mana as though it was any color to cast that spell. Tribute. It's going to get 2 counters. Pay 3. Let's give it a Key to the Vault. 2. Give it a Sword of Once and Future.
Just a really weird Voltron deck.
Yeah. And then give it a Lightning Greaves. Jason, I'm going to hit you for 4. Exile the top card of your library.
Bitter Triumph. Gain 2.
Sword of Once and Future trigger. Choose to ditch these 2 and then nothing to cast. And then Key to the Vault trigger. I'm going to do Alrun's Epiphany. So I make 2 birds, and then I'm going to take an extra turn after this one. Play my land for turn, being Odawaru. Pay 2. I'm going to cast the Bitter Triumph. This is additional cost. I'm going to discard a Sage of the Beyond, and we're going to destroy the Rampaging. And I'm going to take my extra turn.
I'll gain a life when the Velas dies.
Pay 5. Cast Kellan. Move Greaves onto Kellan. Trigger when this entered, I draw from Tribute. Play a land for turn, be an Opal Palace. Now we'll go into combat. Swing a 6/6 and then a 3 in the air. And I will gain 3 and then a bunch of triggers.
Got a lot of removal spells on top of your deck.
Yep, so I can cast a Dismember this turn if I would like to. I'm going to gain 3. We will do the Key to the Vault trigger first. Gonna cast a Dazzling Sphinx, Kellan trigger. We're gonna put out a Doc Auroch, Grizzle Genius. Spells from my graveyard or exile cost 2 less to cast. Plotting cards from my hand cost 2 less to cast. And then a Sword of Once and Future trigger. I'm gonna Surveil 2, Strip Mine and the Hollowed Fountain away. Nothing to cast with CMC 2 or less from my graveyard. Going to cast a Foretold Soldier, Kellan trigger. No target. The Foretold Soldier must be blocked if able. can only be blocked by one or more creature. When it deals damage, exile it face down. It becomes foretold. Triggers. I missed this one. Doc will enter with 2. Draw up the foretold soldier because its power is 3 greater.
Wow, I get a turn. I'll play Swamp. I'm gonna play Gisa, the Hellraiser. Pass turn.
Discarding this land. Unexpected Windfall to create 2 treasure tokens. Draw 2 cards. Amulet of Vigor. Combat. Make another copy of Roxanne. It enters tapped, but it'll untap thanks to Amulet of Vigor. 2 to your face.
Ow!
Pass.
A command beacon. Bottom. I'm gonna sack the command beacon. Bonnie, make a bow. Swing a bear at Nate. Trigger Bonnie.
Yep.
Fabled passage into play. Choosing to tap the foretold soldier.
My bear druid's gonna eat your bear.
2 for an explorer. Put a reliquary tower into play. I will tap Sphinx. I'm gonna sack Fable Passage. Land into play. I scry 1. And then I will pass turn.
Enter instead. I'm gonna pay 2. I'm gonna think twice. I'm gonna draw a card. Kellan trigger because it's not from my hand. No target. Untap. Land for turn. Pay 4. Guardian Project. When a non-token creature ETBs under my control, if it doesn't have the same name as another creature I control or in my graveyard, I draw a card. Kellan trigger. Casting a Jace. Reawakened. I cannot cast Jace during my first, second, or third turn. Enters with 3 loyalty. Pay 2. Sisterhood of Karn.
In response, I'm gonna pay 3. Frozen Grip Guardian Project.
Okay. Sisterhood enters with a +1 con. It's going to get 2 more from tribute, so it's going to enter with 3. And then when I cast a spell from anywhere other than my hand, double the amount of counters on Sisterhood. Kellan trigger, casting something from not my hand. We'll put an island out on the battlefield. Going to swing. Jackson, Kellan's coming at you. Jason, the foretold soldier, Daxos, the dazzling sphinx, and 1 bird is coming at you. And then Brent, the other bird's coming at you. So this has to be blocked.
I guess she will block the soldier. I'm gonna pay 1 black to Malakir Rebirth. She'll come back.
When that black card hits your graveyard, I'll draw a card.
And when she dies, he will die.
Womp womp.
Dazzling Sphinx trigger. Jason, reveal till you hit an instant or sorcery.
Dark Ritual.
I'm going to cast the Dark Ritual. 3 black into my mana pool for no reason. I'm going to double the amount of counters on Sisterhood of Karn to cast something from not my hand. Kellan trigger, no target. Then you're going to reveal the top card of your library.
Go for the throw.
I'm going to gain 2. I can cast that at some point this turn. Then I'm going to choose to do my Sword of Once and Future trigger. So I'm going to Surveil 2, 3 visits into my graveyard. And then I'm going to cast an instant or sorcery from my graveyard with mana 2 or less. I'm going to cast a Think Twice Sisterhood trigger, going to 12, draw a card, Kellan trigger, no target, and then I'm going to have a Key to the Vault trigger, top 6, cast a Doomscar, 2, and Heroic Intervention. Doomscar trigger would cast out of my grave, or not my hand, so I'm going to double Sisterhood trigger. I'm going to do a Tatiova with Kellan, trigger here, so 6, 12, 24, 48, and then yeah, I'm going to blow up all creatures.
I'll lose 1, you each lose 1.
4 die.
I'm gonna uptick Jace. I'm gonna plot this Raven form. Yes.
Untap, draw, play Swamp. I'll cast Gisa. Go ahead.
Play Fable Passage, scry 1. Gonna go get an island. Scry 1 off Koralheim. I'm gonna walk the Aeons. I'm going to sack 3 islands to buy it back. On my end step, I'm gonna discard a land to make a bear. Untap. Island for turn. 6. Do it again. Sacrificing 3 islands. End of turn. Discard a Myriad Landscape. Make another bear. Draw. Boys!
Jamazuza?
Oh my god.
I'll do that! I'm gonna play 3 islands from my graveyard.
Infinite turn!
I'm going to tap 3 of your creatures.
Yep. Damn it. 6.
This is what you get.
Yeah. Sack 3 islands. Put it back into my hand.
And he just rinse and repeats until you're
Untap.
dead.
Play 3 islands.
Yeah.
Tap 3 more creatures.
Yep.
Okay, eventually when you have to tap my creature, you
Pay
have
2.
to pay 2 and 2 life.
Which he can. Just
Which I can. Match you guys with bears for the rest of existence.
never did have it, my boy.
So Jackson is able to snatch a victory away from Nate here by walking the Eons into infinite turns. Hope you all enjoyed that game. See you around.